Joseph from Montrose has a question about AC replacement.
Well, his 3-story townhouse presently has one 5-ton AC unit on it, okay? He says, Joseph writes that we have 3 floors, 3 zones, covering 2,450 square feet of living space.
Okay.
He says the original unit that came with the house, constructed back in 2001, is getting time to replace because it's getting old, right?
Okay.
And he says the ductwork's okay, his thermostat's okay, just needs to replace the system. So I'm looking, he says, at a 15-seer, 5-ton unit. A single speed is what he has now, but I'm considering, he says, a variable speed unit. So, Tom, Joseph wants your advice, installer, brand, and so on.
Brand I'm not going to mention because they're all very much the same. It's all on who installs it. Absolute Comfort Air, I would tell you to call them. I would stick with a single speed. If it worked for you before, it'll work for you again. It'll be more efficient than the one you bought in 2001. There's no doubt about it.
No.
And if you get a good installer, you'll get good results with it. Here's the deal. When you get into variable speeds or 2 speeds, the repair cost on the parts and sometimes the labor goes way up. And so I don't know if you really want to get into that. Some people do. And if you do, you'll still get good results with it if it's installed properly. But when it comes to replace a motor or something, you're going to find the cost of the parts could be 10 to 20 times more expensive.
What about that 15-seer? Is that where he wants to be?
Well, we used to be sitting at 13. Now, most of the manufacturers don't even hardly make a 13 anymore because they're starting to compete with one another, and you don't compete in that low end. So 14s and 15s are starting to become the starting point because that's where everybody's competing. If you could get an old 10 like I have, the 10s were the best. They were the old workhorses, and they never broke down. And you can hear every contractor out there that knows his stuff takes an old 10, fixes it, and puts it in his house. And that's what I have in mine over 20 years now. Wow. They work great. But these new high-efficiency units don't have the lifespan that the old workhorses did.
All right. The old workhorses.
You go way back to the old workhorses back when they had 3s and 4s. You had to shoot them to kill them.
We don't recommend that.
No, but you almost had to, man. I'm telling you.
Put a disclaimer on this.
Do not shoot your air conditioner.
The words of Tom Tynan on his advice. All right. Hey, you know what? You talk about 2 workhorses. You should see what we do. There's more of these videos waiting for you with lots of Tom's advice at HomeShowRadio.com under the Ask Tom tab.